What's going on, you guys? Thanks for tuning in to another video, and today YEEEEVO HQ is getting another upgrade. Let's do it. Alright, so like I just mentioned, YEEEEVO HQ is finally getting an upgrade, and as you can probably tell by the title of this video, we are doing an epoxy kit on the floors here in the garage. So over the past few months, we've been spending some time getting the garage transformed into more of that like at-home shop experience. So when we first got the house, these walls were unfinished. They were just bare drywall, exposed drywall tape and mud, and we spent the time, redid all of the drywall, filled the holes, etc. Installed the hex lighting here on the roof, and the weather is finally getting good enough outside to the point where it's warm enough to do the floors. So I actually got this Rust-Oleum epoxy shield garage floor kit, I think maybe for Christmas, as a Christmas gift, but it was just too cold to do then. But the weather is better out now, and I'm super excited to get this started. So the process seems simple. There doesn't seem to be a lot of steps, but from what I understand, and after watching quite a few videos on it, shout out Chris Corberry, it seems pretty simple, but it's all in the prep. Much like painting a car, it seems most of your time is spent on the prep work. So we're gonna clean the floor a couple of times. We've got to sweep it out, we've got to rinse it out, we've got to degrease it, scrub it, squeegee it, acid etch it, paint it. Like there's a lot of steps to it. So I'm gonna try and bring you guys along the way, but this is by far not an instructional video on how to do the coating. This is merely me bringing you guys along with me, so you guys can keep track of what's been going on here at YEEEEVO HQ. But that's enough talking. I'm gonna set up the camera, we're gonna hit some time lapses, and I'll hop in when I can. But in the meantime, can we just take a look at how good the EVO looks outside? When the sun hits that lightning yellow, it just looks so dang good. Super good. I can't wait to get this car in here with the garage finished. It's gonna look so dope. Right now we're just going in with some degreaser, so I've got this super clean here that I'm gonna let sit on the floor for a little bit, and then we're gonna power wash that off. So far, the process that I went through was sweeping the floor first, got everything swept up, power washed it, so got all of the loose dirt and debris off of the floor, came back in with a degreaser. I started on this half of the garage, degreased this half of it. This is the side that the EVO sits on, and it was pretty dirty, but I kind of hit a little side quest while we were doing it. So our garage door, the back side of the garage door, prior to me spraying it off, was filthy. Like I don't know what was going on with it prior to and how it got so dirty, but it was all black down in the bottom of here. So I kind of hit a side quest while we were doing it, because I figured there's no better time to get the inside of the garage wet than right now when we're doing the floor. So I'm also going to allow this some time to dry and probably wipe up the water droplets, that way it doesn't drip onto the floor. But so we did this side of the garage. I got it all clean, power washed, scrubbed and sprayed out. I am gonna go back into these little crevice areas and wipe them out. You can't really angle the water or angle the power washer in there well enough to get everything sprayed out. So I'm gonna go in there and hand wipe everything out. And the same thing goes for back here. You can see all my junk from the garage in the corner, but the same thing goes for back here. I'm gonna get back in here with some towels and kind of wipe all of the water and debris out of there. I've got this door open here so the cross flow can kind of help dry the ground. My goal is to try and get this painted today, but we'll have to see if it's dry enough. The last thing I want to do is try coating this floor when it's not dry enough. But on the sheet, it does say that before you do anything, you need to see if your floor passes the hand wipe test. So basically wiping your hand on the concrete, and if your fingers are white at all, you didn't get up all of the dust and the floor is not clean. So the floor is feeling pretty clean. I'm gonna go take a break, read through the instruction to kind of see where we're at. I do need to go to the store to buy a, I guess a watering pail. Yeah, a watering pail to put the acid etch in. But for now, I'm just gonna kind of let this dry out, take a break, and then we'll get back to it. So as it stands right now, we've got the entire floor cleaned. I had to go to the store, make a little bit of a run. I had to pick up the watering pail to use to spread that acid etch onto the floor. I also needed to pick up a stiff broom, pick up a mask and a paintbrush so I could do the edges. Right now I'm gonna get the floor etched, that way it can start drying afterwards, and then I have to head to Home Depot. I'm opting to use the anti-skid additive. I was going to not, but a friend of mine hit me up and said that they highly recommend doing it. So I'm gonna go to the store and buy some of that anti-skid additive to add to the mix. It should add a little bit of protection as far as not slipping and sliding around on a wet coating. So for now, I'm gonna get the acid etchment stuff. They recommend doing 10 by 10 sections, and we'll just get that knocked out. Man, okay, so it's hours later at this point, and I'd say we're probably like 60%, 65% done with this entire project. So as you can see, the floors are really dirty right now. I did all of the cleaning, the degreasing, finally got around to doing the acid etching as well, got it all rinsed out, but the acid etch has left, you know, quite a bit of concrete residue on top. So I'm gonna go through, power wash and squeegee this whole thing, literally wash, rinse, and repeat until the white residue doesn't come off on my fingers anymore. I'm gonna allow it to dry overnight, and then hopefully we can come in tomorrow, get everything re-taped off, and then start the painting process. So far, this is a pretty involved project. It's not hard, it's just time consuming. So if you thought that you were gonna get it done in a day, I'd ask yourself to check reality a little bit and budget yourself at least 2 days to get it done. It's looking like I'll be able to have it done tomorrow, fingers crossed. But I'm gonna get you guys set up back on the tripod and get to work. Well, I bought the drill attachment to mix all of this paint up and left it at Home Depot, so we're gonna have to do old-fashioned with it.
Yeah, I'll do that. Did I get you that for Christmas?
Oh, there you go.
I'm your pro.
He works from 7 to 3. There's going to be a chance where when you take the Evo, sorry?
All right, so it is the third and final day of coating the floor here at YEEEEVO HQ. We were able to get the coating laid. We got all of the chips laid as well. The pattern looks amazing. And today we are gonna spend a little bit of time getting the clear top coat applied. At the recommendation of a lot of people, we went out and bought the Epoxy Shield clear garage floor coating. So the floor already has a nice gloss to it, but we're hoping that this Epoxy Shield clear coating will actually provide a little bit of extra added protection to the floor and prevent potential peel ups from the tires or anything like that. So after we get this mixed up and spread out, it says to wait about 3 days before you drive on it. So this is going to be the perfect time. That way it can settle over the weekend. But we're gonna get this mixed up and get it applied to the floor, and I'll let you guys know what I think afterwards. Here we are, you guys. It is 3 days later and the clear epoxy has finally cured, and we've got the Evo back in the garage where it belongs. To say that I'm happy with how this came out is an understatement. The car looks amazing in here. The floor looks great. The next thing that I'll be doing is getting the black wall trims go along the bottom, but overall, I would say that YEEEEVO HQ is finally coming along. It's starting to look like that ideal at-home garage setup that I wanted. So all in all, the project wasn't too bad. It was perfect timing for me to do. I had a few days off of work and was able to keep the Evo parked outside for a few days. So I would say that if you're looking to do a kit like this, make sure that you don't underestimate how long it's going to take. It is definitely going to take more than 1 day. It's likely going to take you closer to 3 days in order to get this done. And that's with allowing everything the proper cure time as well. So the project wasn't hard, it was just very time consuming. All of the prep work, I spent an entire day doing the prep, and then the next day did the paint and allowed that to cure for 24 hours before doing the clear coat, which needed 3 days to cure. It's just very time consuming. It's not hard, it's just very time consuming. So I followed the instructions to the T. All of the prep work that I did, you can find in the instructions. We'll see how this lasts over time, but I do have a feeling that given the use that this garage gets, it's probably going to last me quite a while. So yeah, if you guys have any questions on this, feel free to shoot me a message. By no means am I a professional, but I would say that I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with how this came out, and I can't wait to continue transforming the garage. The next thing, the trim, I put everything in this little nook over here that was on the ground. So we're gonna do a lot of decluttering over there and get that kind of squared away. And then I also wanna see about doing some kind of wall setup up here with some shelving. But anyways, we'll get to that when we can. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.